Another response video, this time back to Fred, who made a video just saying, well, what are you getting on about, and blah, 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 and quote me in the video, and blah, blah, blah. And look, I just mentioned that I'd seen your video earlier. I wasn't commenting on your flower video. I didn't think it said anything anyway. I was just using it because that material happened to be on my mind, because there it was in a video. I mean, people are talking about the color yellow and how it's not really the color yellow, it's how we perceive yellow and all this other crap. And I'm just saying, well, all that doesn't matter, okay? That's the title of the video. That's one of these little bullshitty little facts. This is one of the little trinkets on the shelf. It's not the fucking elephant in the goddamn room. The elephant in the goddamn room is our biology, our origins, and the fucktarded, idiotic, insane dynamic of the structure of this whole evolution bullshit game. So that was just an illustration of what I'm lamenting, is that people keep talking about all these abstractions and all this nonsense, and the fucking train wreck is taking place right in front of them, and it's like they're, you know, worried about their shoes being a little too tight or some kind of bullshit. So if you didn't get that, I'm sorry, but I mean, the video wasn't a response to your video. I was just using a little piece of your video as an illustration. And I mean, I don't know even how many people are going to catch that. I mean, I didn't reference it. I just said Einstein quotes and yellow flowers aren't going to aren't the deal here. They don't really have fucking anything to do with the Holocaust that's taking place. I mean, this is like, again, we're back at how we should prioritize things and how we should be perceiving the world, and everybody's back-burnering the real story and fiddling with this fucking side dish crap. So anyway, so that was that context. And the original context, the first video, was about this crappy video. And so if you say I did it in unfairness, then I'll play the fucking video and respond to it, if that's the way it has to be. But I mean, I think I paraphrased you correctly. You basically just, again, are just smearing some whitewash. Well, let's not deal with this elephant. Let's dress the elephant in a tutu and pretend it's the weather. I mean, come on. Why shouldn't I get pissed off? My whole purpose on YouTube is to motivate people. The only way you can motivate people is to shove some kind of annoying stick up their fucking ass. And you're saying, no, pull the stick out of your ass and just try to, you know, don't let it bother you too much. I mean, it's got to bother people, damn it, from my perspective. So what, I'm supposed to say thank you? I honestly responded to what I thought was a crappy video. I've applauded a bunch of your videos. Alright, I've mentioned them, I've said good video, all that crap. I'm not allowed to say shitty video? Well, it was a shitty video, and I pointed out why I thought it was a shitty video. I don't think I did any unfairness. So anyway, on to the videotape. I can't get YouTube to play worth shit, unfortunately. Play. I hit the play button. I play the fucking video, YouTube. Goddamn cunts. It's not gonna play. I have to reload it. Damn it. I mean, I put it on the lowest resolution possible. Fuck. I mean, why am I paying $50 a month for a fucking internet connection?
I was just thinking about this video that Luddite Romantic made about suicide. I think it was about suicide. Yeah, suicide. Why don't we all kill ourselves? Great idea. Guys, kind of. Some really interesting things in there, and it kind of tied in tangentially to some of the questions that To Be Serious seems to be hovering around, to do with the implications of a certain reading of negative utilitarianism, whereas the world's that bad, why don't we just end it all collectively? You know, either so it's about individual suicide or about collective human suicide. If life is bad, why aren't we doing that?
Yeah, which is a distraction from the subject, which is you don't even have to kill yourself, you just have to stop perpetuating the game.
Yeah, the quotation I really liked on the Light Romantic video was this thing that, it's probably not true, but I liked it anyway. It was something like, you know, that suicide is the response an optimist makes when their optimism is seen to be unjustified. It's not exactly it, but that's the sense of it. It's the response an optimist makes when their optimism is thwarted. So you think the world's a good place, on some level, even if you're grumbling on the outside. On some level you think the world's a good place. and then you just find it isn't, so you jump off a building or you put your head in the railway lines.
Yeah, well, we know that's not how it works anyway. So all that, this is just more trite crap. You just put some more baubles and bullshit on top of the crap that's out there. Most people committing suicide are not just a little bit pessimistic about their unfulfilled or unsatisfied optimism.
Sorry, I watched Inception, so those suicidal methods, which is on the top of my head right now. Where for a pessimist or a realist, I guess, something like that, there is no surprise. You just, you're cast into a world that's already shit. So there's no surprises there. It's part of the course.
I don't know. It never felt like. I mean, I'm pretty pessimistic. It never felt like par for the course to me. It never felt like, oh yeah, we're just playing golf. Yeah, and I just got a par. Pretty good. No, it's felt pretty bogey. It's felt pretty double bogey, triple bogey, quadruple bogey. It's felt really bad, humiliating, disgusting.
So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is this, I guess connected to, is that, why don't we all commit suicide? I don't know really. I mean, I can only speak individually about my response to the world, which I guess is the personalist political thing. Because I do absolutely feel those things. I mean, I can see the rational arguments. I can see the arguments that's made for negative utilitarianism, particularly that, if there was a counting system for counting up the amount of pleasures and counting up the amount of pains, if it was possible to do that, I don't think I might be wrong, but I don't think it would come out with more pleasures than pain. I think that's highly unlikely.
Okay, so this is the part where you're conceding it's fail. The system is fail. It's broken. It's fail. Alright? It's a bad experiment. The rats are suffering in the maze. They're not getting anything, okay? They're chasing the cheese at too high a cost. You just conceded the basic fucking point. And I would argue that it's doable. The math is not beyond our capacity. It's not in some... it's not invisible ink or something. I mean, it's doable. We just have to have the guts to do it.
And as Gary rightly pointed out, the pleasures are there to provide us with the incentive to go on. What we didn't point out, of course, is that the pain's exactly the same purpose.
Right, so you're asserting that I had not pointed out something and I made a correction to that, because that's just not true. I explained the difference between pleasure and pain, and that, I don't think suffering while you're dying has any evolutionary purpose. It doesn't do a motherfucking thing. It doesn't stop you from dying. It doesn't discourage you from dying.
Yes. But either way, on the balance sheet, the income and outcome columns would probably not match. So again, why go on? That's the kind of question, isn't it? Why collectively do we decide to continue?
Right, exactly. I mean, it's a good fucking question, isn't it? And to the other asshole, there's the point, okay? You're calling me hypocrite, and I'm just pointing out, well, here he's defined it. He stated it quite clearly. Well, yeah, it looks like life is fail. So we are God. We are in control. It's our game. We're the ones to decide. We have the power. So we're going to be a God that says, well, go ahead, let the rats suffer.
Yeah, my own take on that is, yes, I recognise that, kind of objectively, kind of. But on a felt level, on a day-to-day experience level, I know I keep coming back to feeling, and that probably sounds terribly inchoate and vague, but I do...
Well, it's a pointless connection. So if you're going to give people self-help advice, fine, okay? If that's where our job is to say, well, this is how psychologically I deal with life, is that I, do this, this, and this. But I do know that when it's political time or when it's philosophical time, that, I can't do that feely thing anymore, so I make these distinctions and these separations. Well, you're not really doing that. You're just doing exactly what I have complained about in the past, where people keep mixing psychology and philosophy as if they're the same fucking subject, and they're not. Philosophy is not about what makes you feel good. Philosophy is about what's the truth of our circumstance. So, I just appreciate if the two videos were separate. or at least the concepts were made clearly separate.
I think, you know, it is an integral part of logical thinking, I think, at least being aware of how those currents run through your thoughts, so I'm trying to stay with that. But on a day-to-day level, I am aware that sometimes that sense of, and the implications of that negative accountancy, I feel it very strongly, you know what I mean? And I do the thing that Gary articulates so well, which is, you know, look around in nature like this, and I absolutely do occasionally see it as a consuming machine, you know what I mean? You know, and on those days, I see bugs eating other bugs, and I see trees shading other trees and then falling and dying as a result, and I can almost feel the small insects being crushed under my feet as I walk, you know, and the small frogs, because this little place is full of little tiny frogs. I do absolutely have days like that. And of course I have days the other way around,